I spent 100 days in Conan Exiles, an open-world survival game set in the lands of Conan the Barbarian. Join me as I explore this vast land, raid dungeons, defeat enemies and giant monsters, and discover new areas I haven't explored yet. So, without further ado, let's begin this adventure. Alright, our adventure begins with nothing but our loincloth. So the very first thing I did was touch this rock right here, and he mumbled a bunch of words I didn't really give a care about. I then followed the road and saw a broken carriage with dead people. I found myself some food, but sadly I can't loot the clothes that these people have. So I began gathering some plant fibers so I can make some clothes. And with the plant fiber we obtained, we made some coarse armor set. At least we're not naked anymore, right? They only provide like one armor defense, but armor is armor. For the stat points, I'm prioritizing expertise, because at level 20, it doesn't matter if you become overcumbered. You can still run and dodge like normal once you get that perk where overcumbered doesn't matter. And oh look, there's a giant bat that dropped off this guy right here, and we still can't loot his armor. Now I just followed the quest, gathered some rocks and gathered some branches. I then made myself some tools like the axe, the pickaxe, and the hunting knife. Started slamming down this rock with my pickaxe as the quest wanted me to do. Learned all the weapon recipes. Since it was free, I didn't really mind learning everything. I then made the stone two-handed sword. Let's go. Since I had nowhere else to go, I kept moving forward until I found an area filled with trees and grass. Encountered our very first enemies, humans in the game. I was so disappointed that there was no jump attack. I wanted to jump attack that guy earlier. But well, we can't be picky of what we can or how we can attack in the game. Anyways, the two-handed sword slash is pretty strong. You see that damage? Bam. Honestly, I almost died right there. I got too cocky. I need to make some bandage so I can heal up. So I grabbed a bunch of fiber nearby and made myself a bandage. I immediately use it so I can close my wounds and heal up. After that, I pick up even more fiber so I can make even more bandage. I needed something that would heal me because I don't have any health regeneration. Also, I tried grabbing one baby and then the mother just got hostile against me, so I had no choice but to fight it. I mean, I could return the baby, but I don't think it's gonna lose aggro. I continued hunting some shellbacks. I suddenly got a quest to harvest meat from a corpse, so this one will become our meat. I then found another group of people just chilling, but well, I guess all the people in the game are my enemies, so I just initiated the fight. I'm not really thinking if they're ally or not, because if I approach them without any hostility, they will be hostile against me anyways, so I'll attack first, you know? Heck yeah. As I was looking for a good spot to put my base on, I found these really demonic creatures, but with my bow I easily took care of them. I continued to encounter those imps, but I crafted myself a new weapon, the stone dual daggers. It's actually pretty nice. The bleeding is so strong. Like, after stacking some bleeds on the monsters, you can just leave them to die. See this guy for example. Let me stack some bleed on him. Look at his HP tick down as I stack bleed upon bleed. The maximum amount of bleed you can stack on a person is about 20. And this was enough to actually just kill the guy. And oh yeah, there was this boss level kappa that kept trying to kill me. But okay, we'll do our best to defeat this with our bleed knife. Okay, so the random kappa or the shellback that joined is so annoying. I mean, if it was a 1-on-1, we would have an easier time. But anyways, that was the bleed. And we defeated our very first elite in the game. I guess it's an elite because they have skulls in their name. Meaning, if they have skulls in their name, they're pretty much like a boss type of the enemy type. I'm just so glad that this area has an abundance of aloe vera, and I made a lot of aloe extract, an instant healing potion. Not really instant, but you have to drink it, and then you'll regenerate. But unlike bandage, you just need to drink it. Bandage, you need to apply it, and you'll be frozen by trying to apply the bandage. So of course, I continued gathering the aloe leaves because this is so useful. And decided that I should just make camp here since there are an abundance of aloe in here. And it looked pretty flat and spacious near the water. I think putting foundations near the water would be really nice. And also there's this guy called the Arnus of Cimmeria. So of course I challenge him to a battle. And with my bleeding, it should not be that hard, even if he looks like he has good armor. Okay, that was honestly fast. Anyways, we got so lucky to get a good pants. It had like 42 armor value. Compared to the pants I wore before, it only had like 1 defense. This 42 is gonna be a boost on our adventure. I then learned a bunch of new knowledge with the points I have. I'm focusing mainly on trying to get the thing for foundation where we can start making our base. Also, storage box. Storage box is going to be very important because we're going to be over encumbered right now. We still don't have the level 20 expertise we need, that we cannot be, or we don't care about the over encumbered anymore. So this whole beach is now my base. So time to gather a lot of rocks and wood so we can lay down a lot of foundations. I don't know where this crocodile came from, but it was a boss type crocodile. It had like a skull in its name and it had like about 600 HP. Like, wow. Okay, I guess our bleed will kill this thing. Crocodiles aren't really that hard to dodge, just sideways, I guess. Roll, roll, roll. Thankfully, I had a lot of aloe extract that I could heal up if ever the crocodile did touch us. Like that. I'm probably just 2 shots from this guy. But yeah, we're pretty fine with our aloe extract. All my stats went to expertise, so I don't really have any agility, strength, vitality, or grit. So I'm basically fighting like a level 1 character right now. The only thing I have with me is a lot of weight limit. So I continued building my base, just putting on the basic stuff like the furnace. I don't really have any iron ores right now to smelt, but that's my next goal. For now, I'll be making some brick because I know it will be useful later on. I also placed myself a bed so I can respawn here. After slapping in most of my items in the storage boxes, it was time to head out on an adventure to look for iron. But well, something suddenly just popped out of nowhere and tried to attack me. It's like a little goblin of the night. It keeps coming back at night, so I noticed it only appears at night. But it's not really that hard to kill. I continued doing my journey quests, and this time I took the Tanner quest, and I needed to skin a corpse. So this, I'm not sure if I call this the Kappa or the Shellback, but yeah, these monsters. Life was still kind of hard since I only had stone weapons, but the bleed really is like a miracle worker. It makes life so easy. Like, you know, just stack the bleed and they will just die. Just like that. My base looks homey now. Like there's some structures now, I guess. I also had a little tannery right here making me some leather in preparation for future armors. So every once in a while, there's a named NPC that spawns here, just near my base. And they only had like 75 HP. So this was a really easy farm, and sometimes they have like good armor. Like the pants I got earlier. But well, they don't really always drop it. But when they do, I think it's gonna be a good type of armor. After finally being done being sidetracked, I continued my journey to look for iron. But it seems like I discovered a cave full of these imps. 2 emerge, and there's also this Kappa that, you know, tried to kill me. I don't know why it's so aggressive against me, but with my bow and abundant bone arrows I got from killing a bunch of NPCs, this was not a problem at all. So in this game was pretty fun. The damage isn't there, but it's always nice to just keep shooting your bow and arrow and then they can't really approach you or something. So I went inside the cave. I found a bunch of crystals, but I can't really mine them or I can't really use my axe on them. I don't know what to do with them, but I guess there were just lights guiding inside the cave. And look at these little imps. Very easy to die from the bleed. They're kind of like a great experience source, but at the same time, they're very annoying. So I continued raiding the cave, and yeah, there were really a lot of them. I can't even count how many I killed already. I think it's more than 10 by now. It's not like they're dangerous or anything, they're just annoying. And here we have the Imp King, the king of those little guys. So with my bow, I tried defeating him with it, but it doesn't seem to be working out great. He has really fast movement speed. I can't even heal up and, well, I died. With nothing but a stone sword, I fought Norus the Backstabber. I had to retrieve my item from the cave, but I need to deal with this guy before I can proceed. So I just took the only weapon I have, or any weapon actually, in my storage and started fighting him. It's not really that hard to dodge. Just, you know, roll when he attacks, I guess. But the only problem we had was I don't have any damage. What can I do? But, you know, slowly tickle him to death, I guess. So I went inside the cave and grabbed my items. I didn't really care about all the imps that were following me. And it seems that every time I die, everything respawns as well. This is good and bad because 1, we can farm these imps again. And 2, they're kind of annoying if you're trying to get back your dead body. But that being said, it's not really hard to deal with them. Slash roll, slash roll. So once again, I tried to challenge the king. But, well, he had like 3 other minions. I had to run away. But no problem though, we slowly whittled them down with our bleeding knife. Honestly, everything was going good until like my knife broke. And I guess I panicked deep inside and yeah. So imagine struggling against an imp king. Anyways, this time for sure. Alright, finally! I didn't get anything out of beating that Imp King, but I guess I learned something that you can kill anything by bleeding it out. So I continued looking for irons because I really needed this so I can improve my gears. I then challenged the named enemy again. He looks like he had good armor, so I was hopeful for this one. And like usual, they're really easy to kill. You just bleed them out, or yeah, they're pretty soft, 75 HP. And I got a helmet, let's go. It only had an armor value of 6, but it gave like some carrying capacity, so that's pretty helpful. Our expertise is not 20 yet. And the moment we've waiting for, the armorer's bench. Now we can make some new armors. The materials required to craft the armors wasn't really that hard. It's just some twine and rawhide. That's crazy. Time to get some twines. After gathering fiber and making the twines, I now had a complete armor set. A new armor set. Let's go. We just make sure we don't look underneath. Feeling confident with my new armor set, I challenged some hyenas. And well, let's look at this epic fight. Well, I did not expect that there were hyenas behind me. So I went back, grabbed my items, and ran away to heal up as fast as I could. But I can already see that there were 2 hyenas trying to fight me. 2 on 1, this should be doable. I feel like why I'm so weak is because all my stats are in expertise. I only have a bonus in carrying capacity, meaning no stamina, no HP, and no attack. Dang. So I should stop trying to attack these hyenas right here and just go for something else. So while looking for iron, I stumbled upon a village with this Darfari fighter. So sure, I'll challenge him to a mortal combat. I have nothing to worry about. I have my dual daggers. I feel like I could have died if he didn't bleed out, but well, we were victorious. Let's go. The armor I received from him were way better than my current armor set. So yeah, I wore it, of course. I eventually stumbled upon this very big village here full of people. So this place is called the Skulker's End. And there are so many of them. I don't think I can fight them. I need to run and lure them one by one. They kept running back and forth. So with my bow, I just decided to kill him with it. Because, you know, it takes time if I were to melee fight this. So I'm just spamming my bow and my arrow. As I kill more and more of these people, I get more and more of their gears, meaning my armor improves. But it's not gonna be forever, as the durability of these armors are not that good. I eventually decided that killing those guys were just wasting my time, so I left. I needed iron. Iron should be my priority right now. So, I continued my journey, killing a bunch of crocodiles. I'm currently enjoying the bow, as I just needed to back off. But like I said, the damage isn't there. Maybe because I'm using the most basic of bows. The very first bow you craft in the game. While chilling in the base, it was amazing here. There was a free exposure to sand. And the only way I can live is bandage myself up until the sandstorm disappeared. I don't know what came into my mind building a base without walls or roofs. I should really consider making a proper base and not just the foundation. But well, I'm too lazy for that honestly, and this sandstorm will pass soon. It's not like it's permanent or anything. Finally, I have the blacksmith bench, meaning I can make weapons now. So I'll be making the dual daggers and the katana. Look at this katana. It's so cool. And here I have my dual daggers as well. So next in line for the iron production, I will be making iron tools, of course. And since I ran out of iron, it's time to mine them again. And I already reached expertise 20, so now I have the passive ability that even if I'm encumbered, it won't slow me down and I can still dodge. So it doesn't really matter if I'm encumbered anymore. Look at the katana in action. That's just so satisfying. This thing is so good at mobbing. How do you say this move? I guess it's called the EI slash. Also, its downward slash is so good and it applies bleed. Overall, I like the katana. I like it. I wish I can get a legendary weapon of it. I then found this spider cave. This cave was honestly crawling with spiders. I already took care of the spiders outside. But there was a lot inside. But well, with our katana, this should be easy. When I said easy, I meant manageable. These things were tanky as hell. Holy. There was even more inside, but yeah, I just did my best in trying to like defeat them. Their damage wasn't really that high. I guess we were protected by our Darfari armor. But like the experience they give was worth even trying to conquer this spider cave. As I continued fighting inside, I didn't notice that the boss was already there, so I had to run away. I didn't want to fight a 3-on-1 fight, 2 minions plus 1 boss. I gotta run. But well, for some reason, those two were sticking to the mother so close that I just decided to just kill them with the mother. I don't know. And well, this really opportunistic thing happened though. The boss spider wasn't attacking me at all. Like, it wasn't attacking me at all. I was scared for nothing. I think it's bugged. So, not wasting this opportunity, I will do my best to kill this. I call it spider mother, but I don't know what to call it, man. Anyways, yeah, it wasn't fighting back at all. I don't know. I guess the area restricted its movement, that I just can't do its attack motions.
Barrow, you should reset the boss and fight it fair.
Well, no. I will take any opportunity in my face, and I will kill this boss because it's not my fault it can't attack. Alright, let's go. And we got a legendary helmet. And it has like 143 armor value. That's crazy. We have such a boost in our armor right now. Opening the legendary loot chest, I got a forge light. It's a legendary mace with 68 damage. That's crazy. My katana only has 19 damage. This thing, it glows in the dark and it has 68 damage. Yo, we're gonna go on the strength path. Once we're done with our 5 grit and 5 vitality, then we're gonna go for strength. I tried the mace out on a couple of enemies and oh my god. One shot. Let's go. Maybe I got lucky. So let's try again. And nope, it is one shot. Wow, the power surge. I feel like I shouldn't have beaten that spider yet, but you know, we got an easy way of beating that spider. I killed this guy called a Dafari bearer, and he had like this huge backpack, right? And he had something called a supply crate. Now this thing is really important, but I'll show you later, okay? So anyways, I continued my exploration and I saw another cave. It's called a shaleback hollow. And there was a kappa that came out of it. So of course, I tried my best to kill it. Smacking it with my hammer, it only took like 5 strikes. Right now, my only problem was my stamina. I couldn't really continuously attack because I had such little grit. But now it has 5 and we have an extra 10 stamina. And that's pretty cool. So exploring inside the cave, I was actually gaining corruption. And this game, corruption means you will have a permanently reduced HP and stamina. Unless you have a performer at the base or you go to Super Mario where there are performers that can help you reduce your corruption. Anyways, I continued venturing inside the cave. It wasn't really hard. Our hammer and our helmet really helped us in venturing these places easier. And upon entering the last and final room, I realized I have found the secret or the mysterious sorcerer's lair, which I got the tome of Korak here, which obtained a tome plus a arcane staff. Now I can use magic. I didn't really understand how magic works in the game, so for now I just ignored it and stored it in my chest. So remember what I said about the supply materials? I got 5,000 alchemical base and a bear pelt. That means we don't need to hunt for rhinos or elephants or anything that has thick hide. I already have the bear pelt, meaning we can make thick hide. Now we can make heavy armors. Wow, what a skip! Not only did we get a good helmet, a good weapon, we also had 5,000 thick hide, as well as 5,000 alchemical base, which is going to be very useful later to craft potions. And with the thick leather, we can make a full set of heavy armor. Let's go! It was also time to upgrade our potion, so I made the alchemist bench. And now we can make an aloe extract. The current potion we have is a low quality aloe extract. I also crafted myself a fish trap. Fish is gonna be very important later on because we're gonna be needing this to convert them into oil. And with the last piece ready, we have a full heavy armor set, except for the helmet. It's a medium armor, but it has really good armor, so I'm keeping this. I then continued my exploration. I found some coal ores, so I mined them all, of course. I have expertise 20. I have no worries about my weight limit. While running around, I found this really interesting place, and it was filled with skeletons. I was kinda scared that they may destroy me, but I have a full heavy armor set except for the helmet and a mace. And well, honestly, they're very annoying. They don't really do that much damage, I guess, considering we have a really good armor set. Plus, we have this helmet. So, yeah, I kept getting staggered and my stamina draining as they attack. So, it's really hard to deal with these guys. I hate skeletons in the game. I really hate them. They're very annoying. I managed to kill them all, and the rewards were honestly rewarding. They gave like paddings. So I didn't need to craft these anymore. I have paddings now. It's crazy. Amazing, actually. Anyways, I felt like the area was dangerous, so I didn't explore there yet. But instead, I just went around and collect more iron. Oh look, hyenas. I was so scared of these guys. But now with our armor and our new mace, they were nothing. Like, holy, I'm so strong right now. Even if they group up in a group of 5, I don't mind. Go for it. Traveled to a lot of areas like the Slave Road, the Imperial Highway, the Southern Aqueduct, and finally, I found this really large rhino. It was a boss-type monster, so it's time to engage in combat. I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Consider subscribing and clicking that like button. We're so close to reaching 6,000 subscribers on the channel. You guys are amazing and I can't thank you enough. Anyways, again, here's the rhino fight. As you can see, I don't really do that much damage. So this fight is obviously gonna take a long time, because I'm focusing on dodging as well, because I can't really take that many hits from this thing or it will kill me very fast. This took around a whole 5 minutes, I believe, before we killed the rhino. And by defeating this rhino, we have obtained some pretty good paddings like light, heavy, and medium, as well as a two-handed sword, a hardened steel great sword. Great sword honestly feels really great to use in this game, so I guess I'll be using this for now. I then went back to base and processed all the irons and the coals I have with me and the other stuff, and then crafted myself a tinkerer's bench. I wanted the modifications for armors and weapons, so this thing was gonna be very useful. I learned all the stuff I needed for the tinkerer's bench, and then added some defense bonus on our armor set, except for the helmet. I didn't really realize that I could just repair my armor so I can insert the plating. Anyways, I just made a new armor. I had so many paddings anyways from all the kills we've had so far on our journey. I spent a lot of time in my base just making a bunch of new stuff like this dryer that can make dry wood and resin from the wood I have cut, which is then transferred to our carpenter's table, which can make insulated wood. I then challenged this giant crocodile, and with my two-handed sword, I think it should go well, right? Am I right? So the crocodile has very obvious attacks, I guess. One was that launch right there. Next is a tail swipe. He slaps his tail 2 times. 3 times, I mean. All I needed to do was be careful of those 2 attacks, and I should be able to defeat this crocodile fairly easy. It's just he's tanky, so it's gonna take a while. Alright, we have defeated the crocodile, and I got a hardened steel shield and a lot of paddings. Let's go. Remember that giant spider I defeated before? I challenged it again, but this time it wasn't bugged. I really just wanted the legendary weapon. She was guarding behind her, so yeah, that was the goal here. This spider wasn't really complicated. She does that 2 attack, then jump, and then stomp, and afterwards she just bites. So her attack pattern was pretty simple. Very easy to kill, I guess. Very easy to dodge, basically. Even though its attack was very simple, it was still tanky enough to be called a boss. But for some reason, I don't know where the spider went when I killed it behind this rock. What? Oh, there it is. Same loot as before, a legendary helmet. We don't really need this anymore. For the treasure chest, I got myself a one-handed sword. Nice, with 60 damage. Now I can use my shield with this sword. Is it time to convert ourselves to sword and shield? I continued my journey gathering all the coal and iron ores I can find while on the way.
Look, a scorpion.
Not a boss enemy, but, well, it's a giant scorpion. Interesting, right? Yeah, sword and shield. Stab run, stab run. I also found these rock-like monsters, and when you mine them after killing them, you can actually get some ores from them, or just stones, depending on what type you kill. And this thing, I think it's an iron one. Oh no, it's just rock. Rock nose. There were a bunch of them gathered, so I decided to, well, grind them for experience, because why not? And my hammer is just amazing. Legendary weapons are built different. I don't know about the one-handed sword. It felt pretty weak compared to the hammer, but if you think about it, these guys are like rocks, and my hammer is a blunt weapon, and my sword is a slash weapon. I wonder if that is an issue for Conan Exiles. I don't know. Anyhow, I stumbled on this area called the Shattered Springs, and this is where we're gonna find some brimstones. Looks like a lot of people have died here, because this area is pretty poisonous if you don't have the right equipment, and I don't have the right equipment. But I'm still gonna mine some brimstone anyways, because I need some. I guess I'll be gathering enough that I don't need to come back here anytime soon. And this brimstone I'm mining is to make something called a steel fire on a fire cauldron. And the steel fire is used to merge with iron ingots to turn them into steel ingots. So we'll be upgrading our gears to either steel or I don't know. Alright, these rock monsters also drop their brimstones. So yeah, so much brimstones for us. After mining some brimstones, I found this obelisk. So I tuned my bracelet to it. I don't know what it does, but for now, well, I'm not going near that thing. It's giving me corruption. I then saw this boss scorpion, like, whoa, 7k HP. So this scorpion does like, I think about 3 total moves. Those claws is one of them. Another one was the tail spin. And lastly, it's like the tail stab. No, actually 4, because it does that hugging motion. And like every other boss, once you know their attack pattern, they're fairly easy to dodge. But if we're not careful enough, we would die. So as much as possible, I tried my best not to die and still like strike a heavy attack on this thing. Right, we have defeated the giant scorpion and we got another two-handed steel sword. Well, at the very least, I can use this to dismantle and get some steel bars out of this thing. I eventually found the city of Supermeru. I have to climb though, because I don't think this is the entrance. But anyways, if it works, it works. I can climb up. And my very first goal here was to visit this bar, so I can chill with the dancers and lose my corruption. I only had about like 3% corruption, but that's still a lot of health missing. After I was done with Supermeru, I ventured out and I saw this shellback whale, or is this a kappa? I don't know. But anyways, it was a boss type monster since it has a skull in its name. So yeah, I fought it. His minions were annoying, but not really strong. Just one hit from my hammer and they're dead. A boss guy isn't that strong as well. Just a few hits and now it's dead. I then found a bunch of large bugs. These guys are called the Sand Reapers and they deal like poison damage. And I really think I'm over leveled to be here, because I've been just two-shotting everything right now. One bug in particular was larger than the rest, so I guess that's the boss. I'll first take care of the 2 minions here so there's no disturbance on our boss fight. Then we'll take care of, I don't know, King of the Sand Reapers or Queen of the Sand Reapers. And do you see my HP? Yes, he deals a lot of damage. I should be careful. Alright, we got the Sand Reaper Hive Queen, and we got a Hardened Steel War Axe. Still worse than the current legendary weapons we have, so we're not using it. Then found some Jaguars. And it's so easy to get animals in this game. You just, press E or interact with them and you get them in your inventory. So I destroyed their mom, I guess. Then reached an area called the Crown Groove where I fought a tiger. Not really hard. 2 smacks and boom, dead. I then discovered this area where there were these lightning skeletons. They had like 740 HP. They look really scary, but looking at my damage, they're only like, I guess 4 hits. So not really a problem. Boom. Boom. Oh, 5 hits. Oh, they're called whites. I then went home afterwards and processed some steel bars. I was still waiting for my steel fire to be finished in the fire cauldron, so this is the only one I have right now. I then upgraded my furnace to an improved furnace. Not really sure what upgrading a certain structure does, but I guess for the furnace, faster work time. I also expanded my base to somewhat a bigger area, so I can put like a lot of new stuff here, like the shrine and some improved stations. I also made the improved blacksmith's bench. I then made our very first shrine in the base. This is the Shrine of Mitra. I just wanted the Ankh so I can make the Ambrosia, which increases our health by 40 and increases our weapon damage by 10%. I continued my adventure and found this elite rock nose. I think it's a crystal rock nose because it's spewing crystal, obviously. And yeah, like the other rock nose, it wasn't really particularly hard. I guess 3 hits would do, as you can see. And upon mining this thing, yes, I was sure it was a crystal rock nose. Anyways, venturing in the dark, I saw this monster with a glowing red eye. I was thinking that I might be able to defeat this, but then when it attacked me, I had no choice but to run because it was so strong. I almost died. I was dying, honestly. I think I will die. I don't know. We will find out soon. But I'm still not dying. And then there's that imp. I hope it gets distracted by the imp while I run away. I managed to get away from the giant beast. But I was curious of maybe I can defeat it. Maybe it wasn't that hard. So it's time to go back and face it. But for some reason, I couldn't find it. I don't know. Maybe it bugged and disappeared. But anyways, I found the unnamed city. It was the brown spot in the map. I then saw this skeleton lizard, I guess. And it had 6,000 HP. I feel like this guy was doable, so I challenged him to a mortal combat.
See the competition I've been running through. Leveled up, I only see him in my rear view. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Been ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Been ballin'. I'm winning, get buckets from the court side to the nosebleeds. Yeah, they love it. I'm winning, get buckets from the first in and the last down. See me coming. First take 'em hot.
And wow, I got the strongest one-handed sword in the game, I believe. It's called the Predatory Blade with a whopping 108 health damage and an armor penetration of 9%. Wow. I then continued my adventure in the named city and I found this really cute dragon. It looks like a corgi, that's why I feel like it's cute because of their small legs and really long body. Anyways, they're not really that tanky, so I guess we'll be having an easy time killing this thing. But I just noticed the mother. There's a huge dragon on my left side. Anyways, I took down the dragon hatchling and got its loots. Dragon bones and dragon horns. These are going to be useful in making new equipment. And look, that's the mother. The mother of the dragons. I was very curious to see how much HP it has, so I approached it. I can't really see from this distance. I need to approach it much closer and I saw 12,000! Time to run. Yeah, run. We can't fight this dragon. So big, so strong. I cannot, I think. I probably get one shot, right? I'd rather not risk it. I then went to this altar where there was like an alien standing here. I don't know what it was, what it is, and what it does. So I talked to it. He was blabbering about some random stuff, so I just left and fought this dragon hatchling again. I just wanted to farm more dragon materials because I don't know how much I need. I then returned home to upgrade a bunch of my stations and deposit a bunch of items, and I made a torturer's table so I can make an iron truncheon and a good rope. I was planning to capture a dancer or a performer, so if ever we're cursed, we can just stay at home and have the curse removed. I also raided the spider cave again. It was pretty close to my base, and yeah, I wanted to check out the damage on the sword, and man, it was huge, like a chunk of 4 to 5% in HP per hit. That's pretty neat. Except for the special attack, the stabbing attack, it does nothing. I hate it. It's like I was very hopeful that it would did something, but it's pretty sad. And the legendary weapon for this round is an impaler, a strength spear. Sad. I mean, I can try using it, but not really a fan of spears. Yeah, and with my new predatory blade, I wanted to challenge that giant rock monster that we ran away from. I still regret my action each time I try to approach that giant rock monster. So I ran away again, of course, because I don't want to deal with a monster that like almost one-shots me. So I'm gone. I ran away. Buyers. I then went to this place with a shining green light. I don't know what it was, but it seems there were followers of Jabal Sag, whoever that is. Anyways, good to know. I found this altar. I then went to farm some brimstones. After all those brimstone farming, I went home and made myself a casting table. This thing will make me some glass bottles. And then for the glass, I used the crystals to turn them into glass. The reason I did this was there were some interesting potions at the alchemy table. And yeah, I don't really have the materials yet, but I'm just preparing the glass bottle for now. I then continued my adventure exploring the ruins of Old Nethu. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right.
What the hell? Why are you underground?
I easily took care of the NPCs here with my new sword because look at his damage. I feel like I used all my luck to get this blade in this game. I basically just slaughtered everyone here before I left the area. But sometimes, well, my offense is really strong, but my defense is not. They can still kill me if I don't play this carefully. I soon left after taking care of everyone in this place. There was really nothing of interest here. I don't know, maybe I just missed it. Look, it's a giant snake. I wonder how much damage my sword will do. Oh, 3 hits. Okay. I then fought a giant crocodile at Priest King's retreat. I believe this is the second giant crocodile we have defeated. Let's go. I then ventured once more to the spider cave, and this time I got myself a legendary bow called the Frost Shot. Nice, now we have a legendary bow. Next up, I crafted myself an animal pen. I was hoping that I could raise my jaguar and then maybe mount it. I'm not sure how this works. You remember how I abducted 2 baby jaguars? Yeah, it's here now. I of course made the saddler's work table, and I don't really see anything that says jaguar saddle. So maybe the warhorse saddle would work? I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out once our jaguar grows up. I continued my exploration, and this time we have discovered the Sentinel. I don't know what that is, but I guess it's the name of this place with the 2 giant statues. Alright. So I guess they're sentinels. I just realized the alien guy we saw at the unnamed city was a sentinel. Climbed this mountain full of webs. So I guess this is a spider's den. There's so many spiders here that I killed. And I spotted like a giant spider just straight ahead. Look at that. Alright, we defeated the giant spider. Next up, I found this cave called the Galaman's Tomb. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, I found this cave. It was full of both crocodiles and brimstones. And since we already have the predatory blade, and yeah, these crocodiles are pretty low level. So they're mostly one-shot inside. But what's interesting here is not the brimstone and the crocodiles, but this giant crocodile at the end. It was a boss crocodile, I guess, but my damage was like 25% a hit. So it wasn't really hard. Yeah, it wasn't really hard. The most important thing is that we got ourselves a jagged scourge stone piece. And we need like 3 pieces of these scourge stones to turn it into 1. It's one of the items needed to beat the game. And raided this place called the Spine Breaker's Flank. Well, they don't really drop anything interesting, or they don't really have anything interesting in their treasury or their chest. But what I'm after is their souls plus the experience I get from killing them. An obelisk then caught my eye, so I approach it. So this place is called the Sinkhole. It's a giant hole in the desert. It was surrounded by these undead hyenas. So yeah, our goal right now is to jump through the sinkhole. And if you notice, there's a giant dragon down there. So I guess that's the enemy that we're gonna need to defeat next. But I need to survive falling first, or else, well, we're gonna be dead. I killed a bunch of skeletons first before I challenged the dragons. I was curious to what items they would give. Similar to other skeletons that we see near dungeons, they just give paddings. But I did receive some gray lotus seed from the chest inside this dungeon. Or let me just call this a dungeon. It feels like a dungeon. I also fought some of the undead lizard mans down here. I don't think I can jump from this level to the bottom, so I decided to just follow or go inside the corrupted place in order to get down. And yeah, I'm getting corrupted really fast. My HP reduction is getting like 1 per second, I guess. Anyways, I eventually reached the bottom floor, interacted with this tablet, and learned a bunch of new dragon bone recipes. So the only thing we need now is dragon bone in order to craft those new items. Not fearing anything, I charge at the dragon.
Per hit, that's amazing. Oh, phew. I deal like 3% of his health, and he deals like half of my health. Nice exchange, right? What's that? 2 to 3%. Oh, wow! Wait, I gotta full heal. I'm gonna die. Ah! Oh my god, there's a skeleton griefing up. I feel like if it breeds. Yes, I dodged that. I dodged that. I did not dodge that. One shot, one shot, one shot, one shot, one kill, one shot, one kill, one shot. A heal. Oh! Okay, dodge. What the? Okay, he's gonna breathe fire. And what the hell? The heal? I need more. Any more healing? Any more healing? Any more healing? Okay. Freaking skeleton! It can cripple me, the skeleton. Oh, surely. Very fun. Aish. Okay, nice timing, nice timing. I didn't hit. Ugh. Oh, fuck! That tail range! I have 18 potions left. I should have brought more. Too early. I dodged too early. Tail swipe! Okay, horde swipe. I did not get hit. He rolled in fire.
This fight wasn't honestly easy. I died a couple of times before I actually defeated this dragon. On this third run, I was so close. But I didn't give up though.
No, let's just go. I got this. One last try. Oh my god, I hate that tail attack so much. Oh, flame. He's gonna try for flame. Okay, I dodged that. Okay, I dodged that as well. Tail attack. Flame attack. Okay, I'm starting to get the pattern right. Yep. Oh my god, I did not expect that claw. What? Flame attack. Good heal. Twice. 10 potions left. I couldn't time that. Heal. Flame attack. It's easy to dodge, just run to the other side. Alright. 10 HP left. Oh. Roar, nice. Roar. 50%. Like that. Head attack. The roar again? Okay, nice roar. Almost there. Head attack. Okay, whew, got that. I noticed he tilted his head. Another head attack. Alright. Okay, 50%. Another head attack. Okay, I like doing that. Easy to dodge. Oh, okay, I dodged that. Oh, thank god. 5. Head attack! Oh, I hit. Yes! Oh, I got him.
That took a while, but we got it. Let's go. So we got a lot of dragon bones and dragon horn, but one of the important thing here was the star of the champion, another item needed to beat the game. Anyways, after that dragon fight, I skedaddled out of the place because it was full of corruption. Holy, look at my corrupted HP. I have a permanent 67 HP reduction, and this can be solved by watching performers dance either in Super Mario or capturing our own Thrall. I then returned home and confused that I couldn't craft any dragon armors. But I guess our armor's bench is not really an advanced armor's bench yet. So it's time to upgrade a lot of our stations in our base. I also learned how to plant seeds so we can grow the gray lotus. So this gray lotus flower is going to be turned into a powder, which is then used at the alchemist bench to make, I believe, buff potions. And with the new and improved armorer's bench, we can now see that there are dragon bone armors available. The only problem was we don't have any hardened leather to make this thing. And hardened leather is made from reaching level 60 and unlocking a certain knowledge. So sadly, I can't make this. So I guess it's time to continue our adventure. I did a lot of improvements on my stations at base, like this tannery. I made it into an improved tannery, and everything else in the base, I just, upgraded it to the improved versions of it. Continued my journey until I reached this forest-like area. I then saw this just one lonely Darfari fighter. I tried testing out how strong it was, but it was one shot, so I guess I'm assuming this place was not that hard. There were also tigers here. But yeah, I think we really had a big boost in damage because of the predatory blade. Then found a camp called the Dexwap's Retreat. It was full of Zamorian fighters, and they dropped like these new items like gemstones. Another one, but it looks different than the ruby. I guess this is the topaz of the rare gemstones. I'm basically just strolling around, and I found this place called the Crossway. And yeah, I'm not sure where I should be going next. And there was this circle spot in the map. I'm thinking there might be an elite there, so I checked it out. Upon arriving, this place is called the Messenger's Respite, but there were really no elite monster here, so my trip here was for nothing. Moving forward, I saw this place called the Eye That Never Closes. Why? Why is it called like that? I don't know. Anyways, I found it. I then dropped down on the high place I was at. It's easy to go down in this game. Just slide on the walls, I guess. I saw some stairs and it looked like it was an interesting place. So this place was called the Boulevard of the North Star. And I wasn't so sure what's inside here, but I just wanted to check. I think this was the proper way of going down. I just slid down instead. I continued my adventures and I reached a place where it's like a jungle, and there's this thing that I don't even know how to describe what this animal was. It was pretty tanky as it took like a lot of damage from my predatory blade. It was a reptile monstrosity. I continued on until I found a place where it feels like there's gonna be a bunch of bugs inside, because there are webs around the area. And yep, there was a spider here. So I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more inside. There were also these giant bugs, the Reapers. And well, they're not really a threat. We're too strong. The queen or the king of these bugs is here though. There's like a triple skull in the name. So let's defeat this thing, of course.
Freaking poison on it. Oh my god, not another one. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, yeah. So, dodging. Okay. Go ahead. Again. He's just a spider. It's not even a spider. It's the insect. Can't. Yeah, you're dead.
Alright, so we defeated the Sand Reaper Hive Queen. And upon harvesting the corpse, He didn't have the item I was looking for. I was looking for the scourge stone, and since it doesn't have it, it means there's more bosses inside. I went deeper inside and found this really giant head-like statue with an open mouth. So obviously that open mouth should be a dungeon of some sorts. And it was. Inside was full of green crystals. I actually did not understand what I should be doing inside here, or I should go down. But let's just no-brainer this and go down by sliding through a wall or something. This place was infested with spiders. I'm not complaining though, they were great experience source. And at the end of this all, I found the boss we might be looking for. But no, actually not. She didn't really have that much HP. Just one slice is like 30% damage. And it's dead. And it's dead. And upon harvesting the body, I got a scourge piece. So, mission accomplished. We have what we came for. Since there was still a way forward, I pressed on and climbed this waterfall on the other side, not where I came from. I found a really large body of water, and since I was very curious, I dived in. It took a while to actually reach the ground, and there was nothing here. So I wasted my time, and I'm risking my life for nothing. I had to swim up as fast as I can. Don't worry, I did not die. I reached the top and got some breath of oxygen. It's a bug. I'm actually on top already. I then continued climbing this really curious place. There were stairs, and I was hoping for great treasures when I was looking at here. I even met this bone lizard man, so it means it might be guarding something up there, right? Upon reaching the top, there was nothing but this thing here. So when I press E or interact with it, I got sent to another place, and it was a no area actually. I was very far from where I was, so I guess a nice shortcut. After escaping that dungeon, I continued my adventure and found these birds in the jungle. They were called showbills, and I just killed an elite right there. They weren't really tough, and they were really easy to kill. I then reached a place called the Ruined Outpost. I was hoping this thing was a boss or an elite so I can get items, but it was just a regular monster, guarding nothing at all. After a long session of running, I finally reached the Buccaneer's Bay. I have a goal here in defeating a certain pirate king and get their forge stone. I then had my very first encounter with a gorilla. It wasn't really tough. He actually did no damage to me at all, and I just, it's already done. The fight is over. I then descended from the mountain, just as how I usually descended everywhere, just jumping off and hoping for the best by grabbing some rocks on the sides. Like this. Easy, right? I found this village full of people, so I decided, why don't I raid this for experience? The weird thing here is that if I kill someone, their souls are gonna go to the egg in the center. The green ones are the souls, and they're gonna get dragged to the egg in the center. If you notice, it's gonna light up, and you can't really loot the bodies because I don't know why. Maybe because the soul is trapped in the egg. Anyways, I killed everything inside, including the anacondas or anything that has randomly just spawned in this place. And after dealing with the humans in this place, for some reason, a bunch of lizard men spawned. They were pretty tanky and strong actually. Look at this guy. He has like 2k HP. I eventually killed everything in the surrounding, and the egg was glowing so magnificently green, and there were like thunders everywhere. We summoned the big bad boss.
My shield can honestly just cancel out all his attacks. That
It actually took a while because I had to kill a bunch of monsters first, or a bunch of tribesmen first before the egg hatched. But hey, we did it! So I found this bridge leading up to a mountain, and it seems like it was surrounded by a broken ship. There were a bunch of people here, but nothing too hard, as you can see, just 2 shots. There were also elite soldiers, but yeah. They're so squishy. Our Predator blade is just so amazing. I think once we lose this blade, we're gonna have a harder time, or we can just exchange it with something else. I think the game should not have legendary weapons early, because this happens. I finally reached the top of the mountain, and here we have the captain's quarters. And this is the captain. Not this one, the one behind. And oh my god, 2-shot. What kind of captain is this? Anyways, we got the thing we needed, the scourge stone piece. So we're done with this place. After raiding that place, I was so curious about this other place that was just nearby, so I raided it as well. There were just people stationed here, and I guess the highlight of this area is this guy called Razor Gourd. There was also this guy on top called Gal-O the Spiridan. Not sure if I'm reading this right. He also dropped the Scourge Stone, so we didn't really need to climb the mountain. We could have just killed this guy and grabbed the Scourge Stone. We have 2 pieces now, and I don't know what to do with the extra one, so I'll just leave it at the storage, I guess. I then continued my journey and found this place called the Forgotten City of Selha. So in this place, it's full of monkeys. The gray ape, the gorillas, and other types of monkeys, I believe. I swear to god, nothing is challenging anymore because, you know, Predatory Blade. I mean, I can stop using it, but at the same time, I enjoy using it. Enjoy killing these monsters in 3 hits. And after slaying this monkey right here, I finally reach level 60. That means I can unlock the knowledge to make hardened leather. I went home for now and got a few new knowledge I can unlock. The most important one is the Exile Epics, which has the hardened leather. I'm honestly just glad I farmed oil so early in the game, so now I can easily make some hardened leather. And with the hardened leather, I slowly crafted the Void Forge Dragon Bone armor set. I plated everything with the highest tiered plating. Look at me now. Look at this dragon armor set. Pretty cool, right? I also crafted the shield. Look. Ain't that cool? The full armor set plus the shield. Right, so I went back to Selha. I totally forgot what the name of this temple was. I found a silverback gorilla, and I was thinking it might be a really strong boss. I couldn't see their HP, so I didn't know. It was just 3 shots and it's dead. And finally, we have reached our destination, the Palace of the Witch Queen. Inside, the witch was waiting for us. And I'm pretty sure these 2 statues will be moving. They look like they will move. There's a beam of light, so I guess it's gonna be moving. And finally, we have the Witch Queen. You know, that was pretty easy. I think we shouldn't have killed the bone dragon first, because these guys are so easy compared to that dragon. Anyways, we got the witch mask we came here for, and we're done here. I then went to Super Maru's and used the key to the quarters of Razma. Honestly, don't know what happened there, but I just spammed talk. Hopefully, I did something. And I have no idea who Razma is. I just have the key, that's why I'm here. I then found this area in Super Maru that had a lot of bandits or plunderers. So, well, I dealt with them. They were very hostile. I was just here to look around, but they started attacking me. They weren't really hard. So, yeah, I massacred them all. I then went to the wine cellar of Super Maru. This place was actually a dungeon full of really strong enemies, except for this drunk right here. It was honestly huge down here. There were a lot of relic hunters, and I don't know why, but they were aggressive. It's not like I will loot their treasure or something. After dealing with most of the relic hunters, I found this place devoid of light, and there were a lot of undeads here. I can see why the bridge was broken, so these undeads won't cross. Honestly, I don't have a torch right now, so I shouldn't be here. But well, we don't really need that much light, right? We should be able to handle all of them without lighting. But I sometimes forget my decision when it's like this. Like, you can barely see anything in the dark. It's horrible, I swear. My best plan is to lure all these enemies to a place where there is a light, so I can at least see how they're attacking or who am I facing or something. So I saw this elite monster right here. It had like 4.5k HP. It was pretty tanky, but not really that much. It didn't get staggered though, and its damage was crazy. Look at my HP drain so fast.
From a little I was watching. Spin a fat like I'm Rafa, call that top spin. How could I not win? This is top 10. From the bottom, got a sip out of top wins. I sit back, reflect, and do it again. Hardest milli is the first, now we got 10. Talking 10, 10, 10, 10 times 10 and again. I am number one, not number two. If I'm not the one, I'm uncomfortable. See the competition I've been running through. Leveled up, I only see them in my radio. Yeah, I'm ballin', yeah, I'm ballin', been ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin', yeah, I'm ballin', been ballin'. I'm winning, get buckets from the court side to the nosebleeds, yeah, they love it. I'm winning, get buckets.
Well, something bad happened while I was fighting this guy. My game suddenly froze and I had no choice but to restart. After logging back in, it took me back to the entrance. Well, I decided to go home first and grab a bunch of potions. I also needed to farm more aloe so I can make the better version of the potions. I also crafted myself a torch this time. At least now we have some light. Going back to the dungeon, I decided to just ignore everything and just run past them. All the people, all the undead, I don't care. I just go to the final stage or the final boss of the area. Because honestly, it took so long to kill everything I encountered so far. But now that I've reached the final area, or what looks like the final area, I needed to kill all the mobs that were following me because I don't want any third parties on this one-on-one fight with the boss. And here we are, in the final area of the wine cellar dungeon. There was something like a summoning circle, so I lit up all the bonfire. I don't know what to name this, maybe the campfire that was surrounding it. And it would surely summon the last boss, right? This thing had 24,000 HP. What? This is gonna be a long fight. Alright, we have defeated the stag. And we have learned a recipe called the Kari armor set. I looted all the legendary chests here. I had a lot of skeleton keys. And I didn't really get anything interesting that I'd like to use aside from the one-handed battle axe. Our sword is breaking soon, so we need something to change it with later on. For anyone interested, here are my current stat distribution. So expertise on 20 is a really essential thing, so we don't mind being encumbered. Anyways, I continued my adventures and I found this area called the Silkwood. It had a giant spider, that's what attracted me here. So I went inside and fought the spider. Alright, we have defeated the spider. I then continued my journey and reached the sand-swept ruin. In here, we can talk to Pertruso, the sandstorm maniac, where we can change all our scourge stone pieces into the heart of the sand, or the scourge stone, completed scourge stones. I then went to the Mound of the Dead. I think that's the name of this place. I totally forgot, honestly. My goal here was to go to the Barrow King, where we can fight a certain boss that drops the diadem of the Giant King, which is also needed to beat the game. I dropped by this area on top where there's like a high-level Cimmerian Fighter 3. This guy usually drops like really good items. I'm hoping for some star metal items so I can dismantle them and get some star metal bars. Upon killing this guy, I was pretty unlucky. There were no star metal items at all. I did get the boots, but we already have our Dragon Forge boots. But there was a treasure box here which contained the star metal repair hammer. That's good enough. We can dismantle this. I then continued forward, fighting a bunch of monsters here at the Dirtwood. This place was full of these glowing skeletons. I like these glowing skeletons compared to normal skeletons, because these guys, at the very least, get staggered. Meaning, we can attack unlimited times and just keep staggering them. Compared to those dang skeletons that don't get staggered at all, I hate them. I hate them so much. Anyways, after defeating most of the glowing undeads, I went here and opened the Barrow King. I used a demon blood to open this, because without a demon blood, you cannot enter this place. And there he is, the boss. We need to defeat this guy in order to obtain the diadem of the Giant King. There's something about the boss here that he just doesn't draw his weapons. He's just punching the air. He can't even touch me because I'm too short, or I'm too small. I don't know, what kind of bug is this? I'm not sure what's happening, but anyways, I'll take the free kill. And one more strike and he's dead, and we got the crown, or the diadem. I then decided to raid this Cimmerian village. I wanted their star metal tools. Well, I was hoping that they would drop some star metal tools or weapons so I can dismantle them. They were honestly really tough. Our predatory blade couldn't just one-shot them anymore. It takes like, I don't know, maybe 20 slices. I've been doing like 4 to 6% damage now. I can already feel it that the enemies are getting stronger on this stage. So we can't have that easy-go-lucky life like before, because we just got lucky with our, predatory blade. Now we really need to think, run, dodge, block, you name it. But this blade does make our life way easier though, compared to where we don't have it. But it's not really that game-changing. I mean, like, other legendary weapons would probably take 3 hits when a predatory blade can do like 2 hits. So yeah, still it's amazing in its own way. But I've actually been wanting that this blade would get destroyed deep in my heart, because I really wanted to try out new weapons like two-handed weapons. I eventually got tired of my RNG because I never was receiving any star metal items at all. I just kept receiving some of their armor parts, and I'm not sure if they would give me like star metal bars if I dismantle them. So the last thing I wanted to do in this place before I left was to farm some red lotus flowers in an area here. If I remember correctly, there should be some. And yep, I was right. There was a lot of red lotus flowers here. Correction, it's actually crimson lotus flowers. I then went home, converted all my crimson lotus flowers into powder, slapped it in the alchemy bench, and see what I can make with this powder. There was actually nothing. I then smashed my F button like no tomorrow as I filled my glass flask with water. Then went back to my alchemy bench and crafted the elixir of grace. It basically improves agility, but once you use it, it actually just improves your agility weapons damage by 15%, as you can see up there. And since we're a strength build, we don't really need it. Alright, so far this is what I've collected. We have the Heart of the Sands, Mask of the Witch Queen, the Star of the Champion, and the Diadem of the King. Only 2 more left, and we beat the game and leave this exiled place. For now, I return to the forest. I was looking for a black lotus flower so we can craft more buff potions. I got distracted though because I found a really interesting place called the Descent of Dagon. So of course, I jumped down because I was really curious what was down here. There's honestly just a bunch of humans that are really easy to kill. Just 2 hits from our predatory blade. But there were some silver ores here though. That was pretty interesting. But aside from that, there was really nothing here. There's also this group of merchants that sell various stuff. I thought at first there were enemies, but well, they weren't hit by my attacks. I then talked to this trader and he sold like legendary items as well. But I didn't have any silver coins with me, so I couldn't really buy anything. So I left the place and continued my journey to get some black lotus flowers. I fought a bunch of monkeys here, and I eventually stumbled upon the Black Garden. And in this Black Garden is where we find the Black Lotus Flower. So my goal has been achieved. I got some Black Lotus Flowers. Couldn't really make use of the Black Lotus Flower powder yet because I don't have enough materials. I still needed some raw ash from the volcano area before I can craft a new buff potion. And with the amount of star metal bars I have from dismantling some star metal items from the enemies we fought at the Mound of the Dead, I made myself the star metal pickaxe. I made sure to use a tool upgrade kit so it's better than normal. It looks really cool. The star metal items, they have a glowing gemstone like thing in the middle parts of it. I basically just spent a long day at my base making potions, upgrading stations, and other items. I then upgraded my battle axe with an advanced weapon damage kit. This is a reservation if ever our sword broke. Now we have an extra one-handed weapon. I made a shield called the Steel Heater Shield. I was hoping that this would heat me up because I'm planning to go to the snow biome now. It doesn't really say that it does heat up the character. I was just assuming because there's a certain one-handed sword in this game that can heat you up. I was thinking that it might have the same effect as that one-handed sword. I mean, I could just farm that sword, but I totally forgot where the enemy that I need to kill was that dropped that sword. Before I can actually explore the snow biome, I needed to cook a, well, spicy food. So I crafted myself a stove. I'll need to remove my campfire to make room for the stove. We don't really need this thing because the stove is way better. The only meat I had right now was the savory meat. So I made some spiced steak. This thing will surely warm me up in the snow biome. I didn't have any exotic meat right now, so this should work. So upon exploring the ice biome, I was so happy to find some frost lotus flower. And with the frost lotus powder, I can make another variety of buff potions. I went home to process my lotus flower and also upgraded my sanctuary of Mitra. There was really nothing good inside here. I just wanted the ambrosia, honestly. I wanted to upgrade it to think that there might be new food or new items inside. But yeah, there are new items, but I don't really use them. Pretty useless armor set and some random stuff. So with some black lotus powder and frost lotus powder, I crafted the elixir of vigor or vigor. It gave me an extra 60 health. That's amazing. Anyways, I continued my adventures towards the Black Keep. I just ignored most of the monsters because they don't really drop anything interesting. It's just paddings. And inside the Black Keep, it's mostly just a maze, I guess. How do you describe this? It's a dungeon, but it's like a maze. because there's no telling where you're heading. There's a lot of doors that you need to open up or go to, and sometimes it just leads to a place where there are a lot of treasures, not really a certain goal inside. So I'm pretty happy that these treasures include some star metal gears that I can dismantle. Anyways, after a while of looking around, I finally reached the boss area. And this guy is the King Scourge. He looks really strong, and he's kind of tanky actually. But no matter, we're also tanky and we're also strong. Alright, we have defeated the King Scourge. And now we have obtained the Tears of Two Races. So one more item and we're done. I got this really cool two-handed sword called the Jedi's Greatsaber. It's honestly a really cool greatsword. This is what we have unlocked after defeating the King Scourge. The Silent Legion armor set. But the armor on this is way lower than the Dragon Forge, so I'm not gonna be making this. When I said that the lightsaber sword was so cool, it's because of that, the sound effect. It's like a lightsaber. It's Jedi's great saber. So I continued my adventure in the snow biome, looking for black ice, and also the entrance to the volcano. And while exploring around, I found a bunch of giants. So of course, I'm gonna try fighting them. They're big, but they're not really that tanky against our axe. I'm holding on my torch so that we have some heat. I'm not even sure if this applies heat on us. So there's this thing about the giants. When they actually hit you, I believe, because every time I get hit by one, I get cold snap. So I get very cold, extremely cold, then a frostbite. I try to remedy this by just drinking potion and healing up the cold. I really don't like the snow biome, as I also don't know what armor set I should be using in order to survive here. But I'm doing my best with what I have, which is a spicy food. Anyways, I found this place. This place is called the Dragon's Mouth. In the Dragon's Mouth, this is where we can access the volcano. And exploring inside the Dragon Mouth, I can already see a lot of magma. So yeah, we're in the right place. And after reaching the end of the Dragon Mouth, we have found the lava biome. Honestly, I'm not sure what this place is called, but let's just say it's the volcano or the lava biome. Our goal in this biome is to raid the Well of Skelos. It is where the last piece of item we need in order to escape this exiled lands. The enemies here were really strong. At first, I thought I should kill these guys. But eventually, after seeing how much damage they did to me, I decided to just jump inside the well so I can start the dungeon. Inside, I also decided to just ignore every enemy and just go head straight to the goals I have in mind in this place, which would be the boss, so we can get the last item we need. The Shining Trapezohedron. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right again. Anyways, I got distracted by these obsidians right here. I started mining them, of course. I was looking for one specific item from these obsidian, which would be the raw ash. And I got some. So now we can make a potent compost with this, and we can grow our gray lotus. I then left the well for now because I was looking for these golden lotus so I can process them to powders and finally make the strength potion. I then continued my journey, and at this point of the map I actually had no choice but to fight the lizards. I mean, I had a choice, but I wanted to unlock the forge to see if I can make something out of this. I really hate fighting these lizard mans or the enemies here in general. They're so tanky. It feels like I'm wasting so much time just trying to fight them. They don't really drop anything interesting. But, well, we have no choice. There were like 5 of them here, and there was even an elite among them. So these guys were pretty tough to kill. I wanted to kill them one by one. This is what I'm doing right now, luring them with a bow and killing them one by one. Until I was eventually left fighting the boss, the elite, one-on-one. Okay, he's dead. Now let's go for the actual boss and just ignore everyone. The door here was actually sealed. I need to beat this elite behind me before I can access the door. With no other choice, we fight the lizard man. Okay, now that we defeated him, we can now proceed to the next area. And here we are, the boss area. And yes, we're here for the trapezohedron. I hate pronouncing that, it's so hard. Anyways, I don't really see the lizard in the center. I think it's bugged. But he kept summoning like these illusions. I have no choice but to defeat them. After beating the last of the shadow lizards, there was really nothing. This is bugged. I need to go out and come back again, I believe, to trigger the event. But for now, I decided to open all the chests that were available. They don't really need skeleton keys, they're normal chests. There are some legendary chests, but I don't really have a skeleton key. I only have one with me, so I can only open one chest. Anyways, I reset the boss area by going out and going back in. And looking at the center of the chair, there spawned the lizard that would drop the trapezohorn. I think I just needed to come to the center. I came here by the side. I don't think I took the right path. But anyways, we need to fight the shadow lizards again.
Wait, what? Huh? What? What? Okay?
I don't know what happened, but the boss just suddenly died. But hey, we got the trapezohedron. And with this, we have completed everything we needed to complete in order to beat the game. And now with the 5 items, we can now make the keystone, which would remove our bracelet, which means we can escape this exiled land. And in order to make the keystone, we need to go to a place called the Chaos Mouth, which would be above that place in the center, as you can see. I searched high and low and I couldn't find the entrance. So I just decided to just climb the place. I had a lot of stamina anyways. I should be able to climb it. And with enough persistence, I should reach the top. and go to the altar where we can make the keystone. But I actually climbed the wrong tower, so I have to go back down again and go to the other side. And finally, we have reached the top of the chaos mouth. And now we can make the keystone on the altar right there. Wow, is this really the end? Are we very close to escaping this exiled land? I still have... Remember that dragon at the unnamed city? I'm gonna fight it first before I actually exit this land. Alright, so I place everything inside and boom, we have the keystone. So once we use this thing, our character will get deleted. We're basically gonna escape the land. But for now, let's fight the big dragon first. Alright, we have defeated the dragon and we got the horned helmet. This thing actually has more armor than my helmet, but I don't want to use it yet until I added plating to it. I continued exploring the unnamed city. I even found this giant bat. I think it's a bat demon. They're not really hard to kill, just a few hits and they're dead with our two-handed sword. Entering deeper, I found a bat boss. Right, cool. We defeated the bat boss. Let's go. Next up, I found a group of skeletons. And they're pretty scary because there's a lot of them. But I think we're fine with our two-handed sword. Maybe. And we have defeated the skeleton. I then explored this place called the Archives. And there was a huge map at the center of this place. I also interacted with the scrolls, but I don't have any fragment of power, so nothing really happened. I then talked to the archivist and I learned cartographer. Aside from that, there was really nothing else inside, so I went away. So this is the horned helmet. It doesn't really look good. The armor is amazing. I think I have already accomplished what I wanted to accomplish in this game. And it's time to leave this land. So thank you. Thank you everyone for watching our 100 days in Conan Exiles. Although we really didn't reach 100 days. But yeah. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. We'll be permanently deleting our character now, so we can escape the exiled lands. Again, thank you guys enough again for watching this video. We're so close to reaching 6,000 subscribers. I can't thank you guys enough. So yeah, thank you. Bye and have a wonderful day. Let's leave the exiled lands.